Greetings, fellow travelers. We are doing something new today because, well, some issues occurred with the New Age Squadron, Squad 119. But that doesn't mean we're gonna neglect the channel for you. We have a special episode for you to listen into, maybe watch a little bit of. But let us begin, as I am your lore master for this journey, MS Thadeon. And we have our baton pass, which one baton pass going over to a now, you know, he is very special to me. He has been in the background for most of the New Age campaign, actually all of the New Age campaign. Oscar, baton pass over to you.
Oh, hello guys. Yeah, as Matt said, I'm Oscar. I'm the one behind the cameras as much as I can help Matt. And I play in the New Age, or at least in this timeline, Arkantos.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I have Discord, but I'm not much of a, active member there.
He's silent.
Kind of like Psy, but not as cryptic. But yeah, I'm right here, and I did play two other characters which are dear to my heart, but circumstance is that we have to focus on one right now.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So, the cycle is 140 ACR. The array is parallel. Currently, the month rests in Einzo, the second month of the array. Arkantos, you have been awake now for about a week. Awake from the mainframe. You guys had put out a mission to go across the realm of Synchronous to try to see if you could find the architect. Or at least try to figure out exactly where everything is. Mainly because, well, the person that you rescued from the mainframe itself actually has a cartographical zone placement. It is a full-on map that has all the sync zones placed throughout Synchronous. And you're to use it to try to find the architect. But you need to actually find the map first, which Heinemen Voltz has explained. There is a specific location, but it's very dangerous to go to, so you've been trying to send or try to hire on squadrons to go to these locations across Synchronous. So far, 3 squadrons have taken up your offer. All 3 squadrons have failed. No responses back. You are sitting there at the console. As suddenly you hear... How's it going? You hear Heinemen behind you. As you see his sin frame is there, he walks up beside you and goes and sits next to you.
Things happen. Failure after failure. But we can't get a clue on this architect. It eludes us. But not as much as incompetence.
incompetence.
Yeah, 3 squadrons already. They didn't meet expectations, and I can't even they haven't responded back.
Have you tried potentially... Perhaps we need to go a different route.
How so? You have any ideas?
Huh. You see, he stands up, looks at it, is like, do you think that maybe Thadeon would be able to help with getting a squadron of rune forgers to go do this? Back in my time, the rune forgers have always, worked to maintain a semblance of order throughout the realms.
That's true, but I mean, if I had to be honest, it's either between the rune forgers or the plasmatic knights. But plasmatic knights have their own duty. I mean, we could contact Thadeon see if he has any spare rune forgers to assemble. But maybe, who knows? Maybe Thadeon also has a squadron he's encountered that might be up for the task. But it's just we're running out of options right now.
All right, well, you have the contact information for Thadeon, right?
That is correct.
Then I suggest contacting him and seeing if he can acquire a squadron for us that might be up to the task. If not, then I guess we're going to have to go and handle it ourselves.
Which I would prefer, but I don't have my squadron back.
And can you talk into the mic a little bit? Sorry, couldn't hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
A little bit, right?
A little bit. We're good. I'm really loud for some reason. I don't know why I'm so loud.
Yeah, it cut off?
Oh wait, there we go.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Perfect, right there. What happened?
I don't know.
It doesn't like me. Oh,
It doesn't like you. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Please stay.
All right.
I'm gonna stick here just in case.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have my squadron anymore. It's just so difficult now, and I'm almost 100 cycles in the future. Retrospectively, it takes a toll on my mind right now, and I had thought that nothing could take a toll on my mind.
You're still having trouble adjusting to everything?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where my professor's at. Professor William Soar. I couldn't contact him at all. I'm just worried that he something must have happened to him.
Didn't Thadeon say something about him passing away?
Yeah, but I feel like he's not completely gone. But if one has to say like that, yeah, he's basically gone. I just don't know exactly what killed him or who.
Okay. And you see he you see he goes and pats you on the back. He's like, all right, then let's not focus on that right now, and let's try to focus on the task at hand, okay?
Okay, just
call Thadeon. Call Thadeon. See what he can figure out. But we do need to try to stay here because, well, you know, your sage friend back there is still struggling. I don't even know how to figure out this whole desync thing going on here in Vy-Chroniux. Everything's all haywire. Everyone's using codexes like they're, I don't know, entertainment devices.
Sorry, Heinz. Yeah, it is kind of, if I were you, it is kind of a perverse use for it. But maybe, as you said, despite everything I've done and been through the formless and whatnot, I think you're right. We gotta take this step one at a time. We gotta know about this disease, this plague coming around.
Yes.
And then actually I would have something with it and then see if we focus on the architect. The architect, yeah, I would contact Thadeon, but I think maybe we should prioritize our resources into this plague first within and then without.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go and check up on Aaron back there, and then you go ahead and call Thadeon. And you see he goes and walks away. The door. And you go to call Thadeon.
Yeah.
You pull up the codex. And as you pull up the codex, you go and find his link. Click on it. And as you click on it, you click on it, and then it Arkantos?
Thadeon? Normally I would want to, ask that much, but we're kind of in a situation here, and yeah, all the core is, but
Yeah.
if it's possible, would you be able to spare reserves, not obviously the front line, reserve rune forges or a squadron of any kind for us to utilize? At this point, I've utilized or contacted 3 squadrons, and all 3 have failed. We're kind of at a critical juncture, especially with the plague at Synchronous.
Yeah, I'm well aware of the issues on Vy-Chroniux currently with the desync. Sending out a squadron could be difficult at the current moment. There are many things that are occurring currently across the realms, and we are not sure. We're not sure what to do. It's almost like things have just been piling up. If you can, there is a mission, a crucial mission that is, I'm not sure if it's bigger than yours, but it is a large one, and it has to do with. Are you in a secure zone currently?
I'm pretty sure, right?
You are in a secure zone currently.
Okay. That is correct. I'm assuming that what you're about to tell me is pretty classified.
Oh, it is the most classified, but we need to make sure that it.
Well, go for it, Thadeon. I mean, if
Not over Codex call. We're gonna need to meet up. I will come to you.
Okay, I'll wait.
You see he goes out. What do you do?
Well, I would actually, if that's the case, wait for him. I'm going to check up on Aaron.
You go into the other room, and as you go into the other room, it slides open. You see Heinemen is over at the computer console checking up his diagnostics. As you see, Aaron is currently sleeping under what looks like a tube of some kind that has liquids kind of flowing through. And you see him breathing in and out, and you can't help but feel like if you maybe were here, that this wouldn't have happened.
Probably. I'm gonna go up to Heinz and ask him, how is he? Is he stabilized? Getting better at least?
He's still the same.
Stabilized it is. Well,
Do you want to talk to him?
if it's possible. If not, don't worry about it.
I think we can maintain him for a good 5 minutes or so. So I'll open up his tube, and you see him, and you see the liquid beginning to flow down, and then you see the tube open up, and it sits him up. His eyes begin to Arkantos.
Sage Aaron, it's been some time, huh?
How long has it been?
Since
It's been about 4 days now.
4 days. I thought it was gonna be like the
No.
last time week.
No.
It's been short, but it's been 4 days since we last contacted each other.
Last spoke.
Sorry to ask you this, but well, first, you're feeling at least the same, not worse.
I feel like my entire body is unable to move.
Figures.
Has there been any updates?
That's what I was going to ask you about, if anything. To answer your question first, there has no been update on the other than the fact that 3 squadrons we sent or asked, hired, failed, and no contact from them has been made. So either they're run away or most likely dead.
You see him coughing up some of the liquid, and as he looks at you, he's like, have you been in contact with the sages from Archaea?
And then I don't have I? Or it's been just a week, right?
It's just been the sages from the archive itself on Vy-Chroniux.
Okay. So I've been in contact with them, right?
Only them.
Only them. Yeah, I've only been in contact with the sages of Vy-Chroniux. I don't know about the other locations.
If you can, I'd like to give a message to a grand sage.
Okay. And then I'm assuming I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah. As he relays this message to you, it has to do with the architects, and specifically regarding the architect war itself, and how they need to figure out, they need to partner up with you guys to figure out which architects are a part of this entire plan, this entire situation that you found yourself in.
Like, I kind of know how the architect war, was created, but then we don't know who are the
You
participants.
don't know, the main participants inside of it. You know that most of, like, it is the war that caused all the architects to basically become dormant throughout all of Synchronous. And so far, the only few architects that have been around are Vy-Chroniux on Zega, and whoever this other architect is.
Gotcha. Got the message. I'll send him it soon. Just please rest. Fight on. We'll beat this together. And we'll make not only Vy-Chroniux but Synchronous whole again.
I hope so. And he reaches his hand out. It's shaking. And as he grabs onto your shoulder, you see he looks at your face. And he says, "You remember, you are chosen. Remember." And he puts his hand down, and he nods over towards Heinemen, and Heinemen he goes back into the tube.
Well, I didn't want to do it.
Suddenly you hear a Heinemen looks up. "We got a guest."
Thadeon sore. Hopefully.
Yeah, it looks like Thadeon.
Oh, okay. And then I just say goodbye one last time in my mind to Aaron and walk over there to greet Thadeon.
You walk over to greet Thadeon as you get up to the door. The door slides open. You see him in his Runeforger runic strap all the way around, and you see his garments. And he looks older. It's still kind of a hard thing to see after all this time. And he steps up to you. He's like, "Arkantos," and he goes and gives you a hug.
And I return a hug. Thadeon.
So, let's go into the secure zone, shall we?
We shall.
You guys walk over, and then the door slides open, and then close. The secure zone gets activated. Secure zone activated. All right. There is a mission, a larger mission. I haven't reached out to you because I want to make sure that you're not. I feel like because of the mainframe situation that occurred. I can't have you be a part of the larger alliance that has been formed.
And what is this alliance?
Well, you see he looks down and he says, there, over the past few decades, since my father's, and he looks down, we've been trying to figure out a realm alliance. We call it the URA, United Realm Alliance, and it was formed by this person. We're not exactly sure. They call themselves the Archivist. Not the Architect, but the Archivist.
The Archivist? How is it that someone so influential creating this United Realm Alliance just appeared out of nowhere?
That's the thing, is that my mother and I believe that they might be tied to the Architects in some way.
Now that's more than a reason for me to join.
That's the thing, is that you, with the mainframe situation, we have reason to believe that the Architect has control over Vy-Chroniux. And it is trying to gain control over other sync zones. And there's a mission for the Plasmatic Knights. The Plasmatic Knights have a situation where we believe there is another Architect we know of.
And you think that this Architect is if they're neutral, they're with the Architect, or are they?
It's difficult to say. I don't want to give too much information to you. I don't know exactly what is going to happen, especially with sins that have been built here on Vy-Chroniux. I know that Heinemen is in there, but his sin being built here on Vy-Chroniux, we don't know how long the Architect has been in control of Vy-Chronux's mainframe and systems. We gauge that it was between cycle 50 to 70 in which it gained control.
And then, do I know if that there's no proportional to the time I spent inside the world?
It's
like a ratio of some sort.
It's difficult to go ahead and roll me. Oh, you don't have any dice on you, do you?
Yeah, no.
I'll roll it for you.
Okay, I trust you.
I will say that you have a plus 18 for it, okay?
Oh, God.
Just to give it to you. You rolled a 10 plus 18.
28.
28.
28, my max. Ish.
Okay. You gauge. That could be around the time in which you were encountering the Architect. Those multiple times throughout the mainframe.
Like the when I went to one room and I went to like those visions about like knowing more about the
that was on Zega when you got those visions.
It was like when I learned about not on Zega, that was like a little bit like later. It was when I was beginning to learn more about the life before the Architect War and then what led up to it. Like, you know,
This is you feel like this happened afterwards because one of the first what's it called?
Vision or visions?
Yeah, the doors. I forget what I called them.
Oh, gates.
The
right?
gate. Yeah, the gates.
Yeah.
The different gates that you went through. One of the first ones was the one where you got enticed and then you got pulled through. That was around the time that this was starting to happen.
I thought that was in the middle, but yeah.
No, that was like one of the first ones that you did.
Because was that the one that went to like a factory of some sort?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. That's the one. Okay.
Listen back on the Mainframe series, guys. Listen back on the Mainframe series.
Okay, so
it's all out on the podcast.
So would that mean that I was probably the cause for the breach in security on the mainframe?
You can assume whatever you want.
Okay, we'll continue. Okay, yeah, 50 the 70s. That does. Well, I was inside the mainframe, but I understand. I don't want to compromise any of this security. I would be the same shoes. I would do the same thing if I were in your shoes, Thadeon.
The thing is that this mission, it is big because there are artifacts that were stolen.
What type of artifacts? Is it before when we were the Titan artifacts?
No, these have to do with the actual sync zone we believe that we discovered. Or at least not us.
The Archivist.
The Plasmatic Knights are in control of this sync zone currently. So far, we know we could trust them, but the thing that's on another thing. You can't say any word, okay?
You know me, Thadeon. I don't want to compromise. I don't want to do this to you.
I trust you because my father trusted you. You were his student, and I know that if you were there, maybe things would have been different, but it's okay. He looks down and he says, the Emperor of the Ren Empire, Emperor Zon, he's been missing since he went into the mainframe.
And then did I know that there was the complication of him being formless? Or was it just Will that knew about that?
I'm trying to remember now. That was a long time ago.
Because I wasn't with him the whole time with our
Yeah.
adventures because he had to do something concerning with the formless still, with on Zega.
Yeah.
Or not, on the Emperor Zon.
No,
I did not
actually, I think you might have that. Oh yeah, you might have. You just remember that Onzega got captured by a formless.
Yeah, but then it seems...
And that was right, literally, that was literally the session right before you went into the mainframe.
Oh my...
Yeah.
So I thought that was two different kidnappings. So it's the same one then, I'm assuming. Well, assuming.
You can assume.
I think... I don't want to say it, but since you trust me, I don't think there'll be news or anything, but I have to say that Will, before I left for the mainframe, he told me that Emperor Zon had a complication with the one that William and I have been dealing with before, had to separate with them, the Formless. So you're telling me that despite all these cycles, that hasn't been resolved yet?
The Formless was resolved. Their world was destroyed. My father led it. He was severely injured in that battle. I can't tell you everything. I don't think you'd want to hear it anyways.
I don't want to have you be in pain to retell it. But and I'm assuming that despite the world, despite Will and the other us being victorious, Emperor Zahn wasn't there?
Emperor Zahn was one of the people that we were trying to save. We never found him. The sages speak of an ability that Emperor Zahn had. Much like how we say that, to live, to die, to be reborn. People believe that Emperor Zahn had multiple lives before his own. That's why he lived for so long.
So you're telling me that, in a way, either he was forced or did it willingly to reincarnate himself, and now he's...
I'm not sure about whether or not it was forced or willingly. It was just more like they probably did it at an opportune time so that the Emperor couldn't get in their way. And it just so happened to align directly with you going into the mainframe and being inside the mainframe during that time. Even though the Ren Empire has expanded more so in the last century than any other time. It's been spearheaded by Vir Enzok, who is also a part of this URA. He is technically leading the Ren Empire currently. Most of the Ren Empire doesn't necessarily know that their emperor is gone.
Thadeon. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but the Emperor's disappearance wills... I look down. Me disappearing to the mainframe. The architect taking control of Vy-Chroniux. I don't think this is all coincidence.
I don't think so either. There's some kind of plan in motion.
I feel after Will's last adventure at the... Wait, does he know about the CR?
What?
The reset?
Oh. Thadeon?
Yeah.
He knows.
Oh, okay. I mean...
You remember you were a part of the conversation when William told you guys.
Oh, yeah, then I told her, I somehow knew, but then I was like...
Thadeon was there too.
Okay, that's what I thought.
William made sure to have all of you guys there.
Dang, that was a good...
For those of you who don't know, just go back and listen to season 3 of the Our Thadeon Anthologies podcast because, yeah. It is, there's a lot of information there that is before the New Age campaign.
I like how you just got yourself out, like, wait.
Yeah.
So, Will's last adventure, I feel like that was just the tipping point with the Formless. I feel like it's been planning probably since that time And then when the Formless threatened the realms, I feel like it's all it's not. I feel it was all planned for a long time, and now we're all fighting on all fronts.
Yeah, now there's this massive war which you haven't encountered yet.
But
I can't really explain it all to you. It's difficult to explain.
I got you, Thadeon. But besides all that, I'll probably figure out on my own somehow in the future. What exactly is this mission you want me to do? Like, what do I have to do?
We have reason to believe that the artifacts were taken down below to the Nexus chambers. And the Nexus chambers is also the deepened area where the desync is the most prevalent.
That is a tall order. When what was it? When I've encountered Vy-Chroniux, when he says that it's too early, was that before or after the mainframe?
That was before the mainframe.
Okay, we're good. And so, you want kind of like not saying inside, but someone outside to go down to the Nexus chambers and scout out these artifacts?
We don't know who has the artifacts. All we know is that they are here somewhere. In the Nexus chambers, the energy fluctuations are prevalent because, well, these artifacts, in essence, from what we understand, they're the heart of this architect, this sync zone. The Plasmatic Knights are on the mission. But if you can, we'd like someone who has eyes around the Nexus chambers, who knows how to navigate well enough there to assist.
Okay, it's a kind of a weird thing to not be part of the assault, but I'm just as good as my support.
I'm trying to protect you.
I know, Thadeon. I just want to.
You have enhancements, Arkantos.
I know.
The desync attacks Kron mostly.
I really just want to flex my muscles, but I could stretch a leg or two there.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. He looks at you, and he says, "In time, I have some other things to take care of. One of my apprentices is coming down soon, and he has a pupil that I need to help out with something."
Dang, you already have a grand pupil? Time flies so fast.
I have multiple grand pupils, by the way.
That's crazy. I feel like I'm a child, but I feel like I'm also a great grandpa.
Right.
Great grand uncle.
Okay.
It's like keep telling yourself that. Okay?
He nods at you. He's like, "All right, well, I need to go. I will be in contact though."
And I reach out my hand like, "Thanks, Thadeon."
He shakes your hand. "Of course, brother."
Likewise. Whenever you need help, I'll be there for you.
And he heads out. As he heads out, you look over at the screen inside this chamber, and you see a little signal that pops up. It looks like another squadron has picked up your mission.
Hopefully, in my mind, I'm talking to myself. Hopefully, they're better than the last 3.
You check out their credentials as it zooms out. The screen zooms out across the pillar of Vy-Chroniux. And as it does so, it zooms back into the Nexus chambers. And as it zooms in further and further in, there is each what looks like these massive pillars of some kind. They're these energy canisters. Each one pulsates. White lights. And as they pulsate, what looks like doors open up in each one. And small little insectoid robotic organisms begin to exit out of them. Begin to fly, and then fly around the Nexus chambers. And with that, we will end our session here.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. All right, well, that was a little tiny small thing, fun little thing that Oscar and I did together. Yes.
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you did.
Every second.
Yeah. We'll do some more. Arkantos will be coming into the New Age at some point, hopefully.
Hopefully. And
Depends on how they, do other things.
And someone else.
Yeah.
Someone big.
Something big.
Someone.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Like, share, subscribe, follow the channel, do all the things. Go check out season 3 of the podcast, because that is where you will get the Mainframe Series featuring Arkantos. It's actually a really fun, relaxed session, and you get a lot of deep knowledge of even more background things. And also season 3 altogether has just a bunch of stuff. You get to listen to William Soar fight the Formless, as we kind of mentioned here as well, and then you kind of get some back stuff. Season 2 as well. So honestly, you could just go listen to the podcast all the way. But yeah, thank you all for listening. And if death comes to you, may you be reborn in power.